So this morning I just bought my dad some presents for his birthday. I think I'm good at buying people presents because it's important to me. I feel like the gifts you buy someone show them what you know about them, and that by showing them what you know about them, that shows that you care about them. So I really pride myself on picking presents that tell people that I know who they are, okay? Now a couple of years ago, this would have really stressed me out because I didn't kind of have that money. So it being something that's important to me that I couldn't afford to do, like I couldn't afford to show people how I love them, that was difficult, yeah? So I'm in a better financial position now because of some of the stuff I'm going to get into. So the first thing is your comfort zone. So it's a popular notion, we hang out where we're comfortable, and that includes like your financial comfort zone, all right? So we get into these patterns that make us comfortable, and you know, for example, like you date someone who's like your parent because that's what you're comfortable with, but then you end up generalizing like, oh, they're all the same, you know? So it's like your comfort zone is not necessarily the best place to hang out, but that's just what we do because we're comfortable. Now I've had the fortunate ability to do stupid things like always trying to expand my comfort zone, so I was headed towards uncomfortable situations. So I've got a lot of friends from different walks of life. I've dated a lot of different people, and you know, I used to get in fights a lot because I was uncomfortable when there was a conflict, and I'd move towards that conflict. But for your financial comfort zone, it's like you're like, okay, 30,000 a year, that's me, that's who I am, that's my financial comfort zone. So then when people win $1 million, they just spend it, they just get rid of it, they get themselves in more debt because of the opportunities that were available to them while they had $1 million, because they're like, a millionaire's not me, that's not who I am. I'm 30K a year, I'm not $1 million, right? That's not who I am. So it's your identity, right? And when you're sort of outside of that comfort zone, you'll try to get rid of the money. Like you'll just be drinking, gambling, drug addiction, like get rid of the money, get rid of it. 30,000. That's better. That's me. That's who I am. All right. So you see, if you get a raise and you sort of go from 30K to 40K, it's like, it's a bit of a wrestle and you're not quite comfortable, and then you get comfortable with it. That's how we naturally expand our financial comfort zone, is with like little increments. So $1 million is like, no, I can't deal with this, get rid of it. Drug addiction, you know, how do I get rid of that money? Because it's not who I am and I'm not comfortable, right? Now, second thing. So some people will be comfortable with, you know, having a lot of cash on hand and liquidity, and like, oh, I can move and shake, you know, I can do stuff with this money, but then they're not comfortable with assets, they're not comfortable with having like car and a house and all that stuff we're supposed to want. And then other people, like maybe who've had rich families and that they're used to having a big house and cool cars and stuff, but they're not used to having the cash on hand that's power. They're not used to having that liquidity to make decisions and stuff. So there's also different things. There's different aspects of your financial comfort zone, right? So, you know, either way, there's a lot of shame and guilt that could get in the way of feeling like we deserve, you know, to have assets or to have cash that makes you powerful. You know, there's a lot of emotions in there that will sabotage that, right? So what I'm offering you is, I've got techniques for that. I've got stuff that we can go through that will alleviate those emotions that make you sabotage, that make you feel like you don't deserve stuff, right? But even just being aware of it, even just watching this video and going like, oh, okay, I'm not comfortable with that. How do I get comfortable with that? The money's there, I don't like it, but I'm just gonna sit with it and, you know, not spend it. I'm gonna save it, and it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like who I am. And then gradually, just incrementally, you go, yeah, cool. 50 grand, this is who I am. I'm allowed to have that. I'm allowed to have a nice car. This is cool, I'm comfortable with it, right? But meditating on it, trying to identify the stuff that makes you feel like you don't deserve stuff, you know, it's not as hard as you think it is. You know, if you sit there and you go, why do I not feel like this? Like, our brain wants to be pruned, it wants to be optimized, it wants to take out things that don't serve it, you know, that decrease your chances of survival. But, you know, it's hard work. I can make it real easy for you, but you're telling yourself, I'm not this kind of person, I'm not a rich person, I'm not a skinny person. You know, you sabotage these things because it's not part of your identity of who I am, but they're just not yet part of your comfort zone. You can be a rich person, you can be a fit, skinny, healthy person, you can be whatever you want to be. It's possible.